What if the one decision that changes your entire financial future is just days away, but you don't even see it coming? You wake up, another ordinary morning. Same coffee, same routine, same worries. But deep down, you've always felt meant for more. What if the universe didn't forget you? It was just waiting for the right time. And Sagittarius, that time might be April 1st, 2025. Right now, rare cosmic alignments are forming. Jupiter, Venus, and the Moon, all pointing toward a shift in luck, abundance, and opportunity. But here's the thing. Luck only matters if you're ready. The universe opens doors, but it's up to you to walk through them. This could be the moment that flips your story, from stagnation to breakthrough, from waiting to winning. To kick off this journey, like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss insights that transform. And here's a challenge for you. Comment below, "I welcome growth and harmony into my life." That one intention could begin your alignment with the abundance that's been waiting. Let's begin. Part 1, The Awakening. Why 2025 is a turning point for Sagittarius. There are moments in life when everything feels like it's standing still. Days blur into each other, and no matter how hard you try, it feels like the universe is silent. But then, without warning, everything begins to shift. And for Sagittarius, April 1st, 2025, might just be the day everything changes. This isn't just another page on the calendar. It's a cosmic turning point, a rare energetic gateway that only opens for those who are ready, awake, and brave enough to act. You've always been known as the seeker, the traveler, the one who dares to dream bigger than most. But even the boldest soul can grow weary, waiting for their moment. That's why the alignment coming your way isn't random. It's personal. It's a wake-up call from the universe. According to interpretations of the legendary seer Nostradamus, a mysterious verse mentions, "The archer guided by Jupiter's hand shall receive a fortune not sought, yet deeply needed." The archer, clear symbol of Sagittarius. Jupiter, your ruling planet, the planet of growth, fortune, and expansion. And the timing aligns almost perfectly with April 2025. But it doesn't stop there. Astrological charts show Jupiter forming rare alignments with the Moon and Venus, two celestial bodies tied to intuition and wealth. When these three converge, they spark an energetic window that hasn't been this powerful in years. The Moon will stir your inner voice. Venus will draw abundance toward you. And Jupiter will unlock doors you never even saw before. But here's the truth. Not everyone will notice. Not everyone will act. This isn't a gift that lands in your lap. It's an opportunity that whispers to your soul. It's the kind of energy that gives you a nudge to buy a ticket, take a chance, say yes when fear says no. And those who follow that whisper, they're the ones who get rewarded. So ask yourself honestly, will you sleep through this moment, or will you rise? Because Sagittarius, the stars are aligning for you. And if you're paying attention, your awakening starts now. Part 2. Reading the signs. How the universe tries to get your attention. Have you ever noticed the same number popping up over and over again? You check the time, it's 11:11. You buy coffee, your change is 3:33. You wake up from a dream, and the number 21 echoes in your mind. At first, you brush it off. Coincidence, right? But the universe doesn't use words. It speaks in patterns. And when it's trying to get your attention, it speaks louder and more often, until you finally notice. For Sagittarius, especially during this rare April 2025 alignment, these patterns may become impossible to ignore. The universe sends nudges, not shouts. You might think that if something life-changing is meant for you, it'll arrive with fanfare. A job offer, a big check, a sudden opportunity. But in reality, it usually begins much smaller. Maybe you keep dreaming of a number. Maybe a stranger randomly mentions something that connects with an idea you've been quietly carrying. Maybe you feel a strong pull to go left instead of right one afternoon. And that turn leads you to the exact place you needed to be. The key is this: don't ignore the nudge. Take Lisa, a 53-year-old single mother in Nevada. She wasn't into astrology. She didn't even believe in luck. But in early March one year, she began having the same dream for 3 nights in a row. She's holding a piece of paper with the numbers 9, 21, and 48. On the 4th day, she felt an unexplainable urge to play the lottery, a thing she hadn't done in years. She picked those exact numbers. She won over $400,000. Now, was that magic, divine intervention, or simply a moment of alignment between intuition and timing? Maybe all three. But Lisa said one thing clearly. It wasn't the numbers that changed my life. It was that I finally listened to something inside me, something I used to ignore. How to recognize and respond to the signs. Here's the thing. These moments aren't rare. What's rare is people paying attention. If you're a Sagittarius, your gift is intuition combined with action. So when you feel drawn towards something, a number, a place, a choice, don't hesitate. Here's how to begin tuning in. Keep a sign journal. Write down repeating numbers, symbols, dreams, or strange coincidences. Notice your feelings. If something gives you a spark of excitement or just feels right, lean in. Be open to spontaneity. If you're suddenly inspired to take a detour or try something new, don't block it with logic. Act quickly. The window of opportunity is often short. When you feel the pull, move. Remember, the universe opens doors quietly. It's up to you to walk through them with confidence. In this rare season, especially around April 1st, 2020, your awareness is your advantage. So listen closely, Sagittarius, because the universe is whispering, and it's saying, this is your time. Part 3, Sagittarius and the Power of Bold Decisions. Sagittarius is not a sign made for playing it safe. You are the archer, the visionary, the adventurer, the one who sees possibilities where others see danger. While some run from risk, you run toward it, not recklessly, but with a deep belief that life is meant to be explored, not endured. That courage, that hunger for the unknown, is your greatest strength. And in April 2025, it may become your greatest advantage. Risk is your element. For most people, risk feels like something to avoid. But for Sagittarius, it feels like home. You were born under a fire sign, ruled by Jupiter, the planet of growth, expansion, and taking leaps of faith. This makes you wired for movement, for bold choices, and for betting on yourself. The challenge is, life doesn't always reward boldness immediately. Sometimes you take a leap and fall. But what if this time you land on gold? With Jupiter aligning with Venus and the Moon this April, you won't just feel the urge to act. You'll be cosmically supported when you do. This is what makes 2025 your golden window. Not because the stars guarantee success, but because they amplify the impact of your courage. Meet Thomas, a 59-year-old mechanic from Oregon. After nearly 30 years in the same job, he felt stuck. His kids were grown, his marriage had faded, and every day felt like a repeat of the last. But deep inside, he had always wanted to open a woodworking business. Something creative, hands-on, personal. Everyone told him it was too late. Too risky. Then one morning he saw a quote online. "You were not born to pay bills and die." That same day, he emptied his savings account, bought tools, rented a small garage space, and launched a tiny Etsy shop. In less than 18 months, he was earning 3 times his old salary and was booked out months in advance. He said, "I wasn't brave. I was tired of being afraid." That, my friend, is Sagittarius energy. 2025, the year to choose the bigger life. Here's the truth. The opportunity coming for you may not look safe. It might look like a job that pays less but feels right, a business idea that excites you and terrifies you, a relationship, a relocation, or even a random investment that makes your heart race. Will everyone understand? No. Will it make sense on paper? Maybe not. But does it feel alive inside you? That's your sign. The universe favors the bold, not because they're reckless, but because they're willing to say yes when others hesitate. In April 2025, your boldness won't just be personality, it'll be strategy. And if you act when the door opens, you may look back on this year as the one where everything finally aligned. Not because you played it safe, but because you dared to leap. Part 4. What to do if you win. Handling wealth with wisdom. So let's say it happens. You see the signs, you follow your intuition, you take a leap, and boom, the unexpected windfall arrives. Maybe it's a lottery ticket, a surprise inheritance, a business deal that pays off beyond what you imagined. Your heart races. Your life just changed. But here's the thing no one tells you. Winning is only half the journey. Keeping it is the real game. The most dangerous moment is right after the win. Sudden wealth is thrilling. It brings freedom, possibilities, and joy. But it also brings pressure, confusion, and, if you're not careful, chaos. The truth is, many people who receive unexpected money lose it just as fast. Not because they're foolish, but because they weren't prepared. Emotions take over. Excitement turns into impulsiveness. And before they know it, the money is gone. That's why your first move shouldn't be to spend. It should be to pause. Take a breath. Let the reality settle. And then start making decisions with a clear, grounded mind. Roger was a 67-year-old retiree who won over $1.2 million in a state lottery. He was generous, too generous. He gave large sums to friends and family, bought multiple cars, traveled non-stop, and said yes to every opportunity that came his way. 3 years later, he had less than $8,000 to his name. He said, "I thought money would solve all my problems. I didn't realize it would create new ones." Roger's mistake wasn't winning. It was not having a plan. The smart steps to protect and grow your wealth. Here's what financial experts recommend if you receive sudden money. Don't tell everyone immediately. The more people know, the more pressure you'll feel. Keep things quiet until you have a plan. Meet with a financial advisor. Find someone trustworthy who can guide you through taxes, investments, and long-term strategy. Create a calm account. Set aside a portion of your winnings, maybe 5-10%, just to enjoy guilt-free. Celebrate without sabotaging your future. Pay off debt and build a safety net. Clear your obligations and establish emergency funds before making big moves. Think long-term, not quick thrill. Invest in things that grow over time, real estate, stocks, or passive income businesses, not just shiny purchases, from fantasy to freedom. Sudden wealth isn't just about money, it's about responsibility. You now have the chance to reshape your life, help others, and create freedom for years to come. But only if you treat your fortune like a seed, not a firework. The firework dazzles, then disappears. The seed grows, slowly, steadily, into something lasting. So if your jackpot moment comes, celebrate it. But then, protect it, plan it, and most importantly, honor it. Part 5. Aligning with abundance. Daily habits to attract wealth. Here's something powerful to remember. Wealth doesn't start in your bank account. It starts in your mind. You can receive all the blessings in the world, but if your mindset isn't aligned, you'll block them without realizing it. That's why some people win big and still feel broke. Others have very little, but radiate richness. In this part, we'll explore how to train your inner energy to match the frequency of abundance. So when opportunities knock, you're truly ready to open the door. The law of attraction. You don't get what you want, you get what you are. You've likely heard of the law of attraction, the idea that like attracts like. But this isn't just wishful thinking. It's about mental conditioning. Your thoughts shape your focus. Your focus shapes your actions. Your actions shape your results. So if you're constantly thinking, I'm not lucky, I never have enough, that energy repels wealth, even when it's right in front of you. But when you shift to, I am open to wealth, I deserve abundance, I act with purpose and trust, your internal state changes, and the external world begins to reflect that. 3 daily habits to align with prosperity. 1. Morning affirmations. Each day, say out loud or write down statements like, money flows to me in both expected and unexpected ways. I am a magnet for opportunities. Abundance is my natural state. These phrases rewire your beliefs and shift your emotional state from scarcity to possibility. 2. Visualization. Close your eyes for 3-5 minutes. Picture yourself already living your ideal life. What are you wearing? How do you feel? Who are you helping? This isn't fantasy. It's mental rehearsal. Your brain starts creating pathways to make it real. 3. Wealth journaling. Write about anything that makes you feel grateful and abundant, even if it's small. The more you notice what you do have, the more you train your mind to feel full, not lacking. Wisdom from Buddhism. True wealth comes from alignment. In Buddhist teachings, craving, or tanha, is seen as a source of suffering. Not because wanting is bad, but because we often seek outside what can only be fulfilled inside. Wealth isn't evil, but attachment to it. That's what causes pain. So how do we balance material desire with spiritual peace? By understanding that true abundance means living in alignment with your values, your purpose, and your deepest truths. If money supports your growth, generosity, and freedom, it's sacred. If it pulls you away from who you are, it's just noise. Right now, with Jupiter, Venus, and the Moon aligning in April 2025, the universe is offering you an energetic boost. But that power won't land if you're filled with doubt, fear, or guilt around wealth. Clear your internal space. Bless every dollar you receive. Use your energy to attract, not chase, what is meant for you. Because when your heart, your habits, and your higher self align, wealth doesn't just arrive, it stays. Part 6. Real wealth, real freedom. Your life after the windfall. So, the blessing arrives. You followed the signs, made the bold move, and it paid off. Whether it's a financial jackpot, a business breakthrough, or a life-changing opportunity, you now have the one thing most people only dream of: the freedom to choose. But here's the real question. Now that you have it, what will you do with it? Because money alone doesn't create a fulfilling life. How you use it does. Follow passion, not just profits. Maybe you've always wanted to open a tiny book cafe, Start a retreat center in nature, or build handmade furniture out of your garage. Now is your time. Create something that lights you up, even if others don't understand it. Because when your money fuels your passion, success becomes sustainable, not just profitable. Remember, the best investments are not always in stocks. Sometimes the best investment is in your dream. Give, but give with wisdom. Helping others is one of the greatest joys of wealth. But generosity without boundaries leads to burnout and regret. Set clear limits. Help from a place of empowerment, not guilt. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is teach others to stand on their own feet, not carry them on yours. Let your giving be intentional. Support causes that align with your soul. Live your version of freedom. Wealth isn't about yachts and designer bags, unless that truly brings you joy. It's about time freedom. It's about waking up without dread. It's about saying no to what drains you and yes to what gives you life. Take that road trip. Learn that new skill. Spend time with people who matter. You didn't come this far just to chase more. You came this far to finally feel peace, the deepest kind of wealth. In Buddhist philosophy, real wealth is not measured by what you own, but by what you no longer fear. When you no longer worry about the future, when you no longer seek validation through things, when you can sit in stillness and feel full, that is true abundance. Money can buy freedom, but only inner peace gives it meaning. If fortune has found its way to you, honor it. Build wisely, live boldly, give generously, and above all, use your wealth to create a life that feels rich in soul, not just in numbers. Because at the end of the day, Sagittarius, you weren't born just to survive. You were born to soar. Sagittarius, you've always been a seeker. You search for meaning, chase truth, and walk paths most people wouldn't dare to step on. And now, the stars are aligning not just above you, but for you. April 1st, 2025 isn't just a date on a calendar, it's a doorway. To opportunity, to transformation, to the version of yourself you've always known was waiting to be unleashed. But here's the thing, the universe doesn't knock loudly. It whispers, through signs, through feelings, through a single choice that could change everything. So, will you listen? Will you trust your instincts? Will you act when others hesitate? Will you receive not just the wealth, but the freedom that comes with alignment? Because true abundance isn't just money. It's waking up without fear. It's living with purpose. It's knowing, deep in your soul, that you're finally where you're meant to be. Now it's your turn. Comment below. I am ready to receive all the abundance life has to offer. Just by saying it, you declare it. You invite it in. And if you haven't already, subscribe, like, and hit the bell so you never miss another message written in the stars, especially for you. Because your journey isn't ending here. It's only just beginning. And Sagittarius, the universe is ready. Are you?